Hello YouTube, and today I've got a bit of a treat for you. My probably most successful video, definitely one of, I think it's the most successful video on the channel, is a review of these bad boys. I think I called it cheap Chinese barefoot shoes or something like that. But anyway, that's what they are. I'm going to do an update video of these, which has been long awaited. I've had these for I think over 2 years now, maybe even 3. I need to check it, and yeah, they're still going well, which I'll have to say a lot about that on the video in that one, about the amount of shills on the internet, on YouTube, trying to slag them off and so forth. But anyway, this video isn't about these, but I will do an update of these. But these have been really good, so I bought another pair of cheap barefoot shoes off Amazon, because I always keep looking back on Amazon to see if anything new comes out that looks decent and isn't the usual kind of thing that's always on there. Normally they always look like this. They look like water shoes basically, and I was waiting for something different to come out, something that looks like more like a normal shoe. Whitin, which is that same brand as the other pair, do have some, but they're always out of stock of sizes and colours and stuff, and they didn't get the best reviews, so I've waited. These have come out, they looked really good, so I snapped them up quick. I won't tell you all the details in the video, I'll just put it up on the screen in text. And sorry if this video comes out before my camping videos and stuff, although they were recorded first. This is just easier to edit and stuff, so that's why I'm going to do these first. Just an unboxing, can't review them yet properly really. But this is how they look. Geweo. I think they were sold under a different name. They're sold under 2 different brands, but they are exactly the same shoe. And yeah, I'll put both up. I'll put links and stuff. Let's focus in there. It's really light meshy, so it's definitely a summer shoe. You won't want to get these near water if you don't want to get wet feet. But they'll probably dry really quickly as well. And I really like the sole. It's obviously more of a casual shoe, but it's got a fair amount of grip there for doing, like, you know, little walks, local country walks in the summer when it's nice and dry. Really wide forefoot, and what I really like is that it's totally straight and flat there, unlike some barefoot shoe brands. And when looking at the construction, everything's fine. It's all sealed properly. It's all glued properly. Doesn't look like anything's detaching, which I did have with my barefoot Vivo barefoot Magna Trails, I think they were called. Check out my video on those. I had 2 pairs in a row which had faults. They obviously weren't QC'd properly, and these so-called cheapo budget shoes, well, in these Whitin ones in particular, I've had no faults and they've lasted well, so there you go. You don't always get what you paid for. I know a lot of people say these are ugly, and yeah, Vivo Barefoots look much better. They really do look nice, but doesn't seem like the quality control's there. But anyway, again, this video is about these. Just a kind of first look. Normal standard laces. Quite a nice bit of padding, squishiness around the ankle and the heel here, and then a very, very basic, very thin and flexible insole. I think that's really just there for kind of make it a bit softer and smoother and nicer, but the inside is perfectly fine. You could wear that barefoot as well if you wanted to. You could wear it without socks, you could wear it without the insole, with the insole. You can wear these how you like really, and initially putting them on they feel alright. So there's not a lot to say about them, but I'll put, obviously, like I said, price, seller, and stuff like that. By the way, these are size 41 and they fit me the same as a Vivo Barefoot 41. However, with these I had to get 42 to get them to fit the same. So I wouldn't pay too much attention to their size chart and stuff. Just try to find out and know what size you are in different brands. So hopefully that helps. Geweo Barefoot 41 fits me, EU 41. For these 42, with the Whitin 41. In my video on these, I think it was a video of these, I compared the insole from this with my Geweo Barefoot ones, and they were almost exactly the same size. So I hope that helps you to figure out what size you are. But yeah, not a lot more to say in it, but we'll come back to them when I've used them a bit, and you know, give you a bit of an update. But as you can see, they are cheapo shoes off Amazon. That was the seller, Somic. But it's even got a UK address and stuff like that. But the manufacturer, Fujian Xingliafa Knitting Co. Blah blah blah. Fujian Province, which is quite interesting because, oh well, I won't get into that. But yeah, they come in, you know, just a bag. They don't come with a box or anything. So you can tell they are pretty budget, cheaply made shoes. But like I said, the sole is really good. I really like it. I think the thing is with Geweo Barefoots is that you get a puncture resistant sole, but most barefoot shoe brands you don't. So comparing them to all the brands all over, I think these are pretty good. And I don't like to slag people off too much, so I'm not going to say who, but I've seen other brands of barefoot shoes where they're selling them for quite a bit of money, and when they've come through, they're not terrible, but they're like the same as these, the same sort of quality, the same sort of construction stuff, also made in China, and you can see they're made very similar to these, except for they're selling them for like, you know, £100 and more, whereas these are, whatever it is, I can't remember, I put it up on the screen, around 30 quid or something, so 35, something like that. So anyway, I'll get back to you when I've used them more, and look out for my other video, which will be the long-term review, updated review of these Whitin barefoot shoes. Thanks for watching. One last thing. So this is the new one. This is the Whitin barefoot shoes. So if I put those, try and put them as accurately as possible. It's always difficult to get it perfect. Do you go by the sole? Do you go by the actual heel? It's hard to tell on camera, but I'd say the Whitins are maybe just edging it a tiny bit longer. Hard to really show, but they're tiny bit longer. Not much in it though. And then when you compare the insoles, I would say that actually they're pretty bang on. I thought the Whitins were longer, maybe a tiny bit longer. You can't see because they curl up at the end, it makes them look shorter, but yeah, if you flatten them out, I think the Whitins is that tiny bit longer. But remember, the Whitins is size 41, and these new Geweo ones, or whatever you want to call it, or Somic, are size 42. But they're actually the same size, exactly, almost exactly. So, hope that helps.